Now, you say that you're in a plant-based diet, but you don't use the V word, the vegan word. Is there a reason not to do that? And also because, I've had vegans on here and I love it, but also they have a specific culture that's also a lot of times quite combative when it comes to meat eaters and things like that. And there's the old joke, how do you know, well, when you met a vegan, give them a few minutes and they'll tell you. And so are you trying to kind of disassociate from that, or what's your read on the whole thing?
Oh, well, so as a physician, the words vegetarian, vegan, they don't tell me what you eat. It tells me what you don't eat, right? But there's lots of really garbage vegetarian food. You could live off of chips and soda and, I go speak at these college campuses, they live off of, chips and beer, basically, right? These college vegans that, don't care about their health, but they're doing it for like global warming reasons or whatever. And you can eat a miserable diet, right? Whereas whole food, plant-based, that tells me actually what you do eat. Oh, you actually eat your vegetables. Aha, now we can, right? And so unfortunately, it's just not as informative. Plus, there is this kind of baggage that comes along with it. Whereas like for your health, it doesn't matter whether you have a leather belt on or not, right? They have other things that come along with it. And so it's like an identity, as opposed to so if you're going to talk about vegan, I would prefer talking about vegan eating or a vegan meal, as opposed to vegan, the noun identity, because that sets up this kind of barrier. Okay. I don't want to be a vegan necessarily, but I want to see my kids grow up and I want to be healthy. And okay. So the more and more, whole plant foods one can center their diets around, right? The better. And so it's a spectrum, right? So the largest study of plant-based eaters in the world actually used to be here in the UK until Adventist 2 took over this massive study in the States, particularly California and Canada. So following tens of thousands of people eating plant-based diets, and shows this kind of so they compared non-vegetarians to so-called semi-vegetarians or flexitarians, people eating meat more like a once-a-week basis rather than a daily basis, compared to pescatarians, those who eat no meat except fish, compared to ovo-lacto-vegetarians who eat no meat at all, compared to vegans who eat no meat, eggs, or dairy, and shows this kind of stepwise drop. Where each level is significantly lower disease risk for type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure and obesity, such that even lacto-ovo-vegetarians, at least in the States, are on average overweight. Their BMI is actually over 25. The only dietary group actually fitting ideal weight with those eating more strictly plant-based diets. So it's not black and white. It's not all or nothing. Any movement we can make along this spectrum towards eating healthy can accrue significant benefits. I think that's an important message to get.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.